We're going to take a look at a feature of the gradebook that isn't being documented by D2L, Brightspace, or by the Oklahoma outfit that's doing such great tutorials. So I want to take you into the gradebook and show you how you can enter comments that are absolutely essential to the feedback loop. This is the place to offer your evaluation. Put it into the gradebook because it becomes a part of the permanent record, and it's a place that you can almost always expect a student to go look. They'll go look at their grades and they'll see their comments. So let's take a look. Let's get started with a click of the word grades in the navigation. Now I'm in the D2L sandbox bootcamp area, so there's only one student, and it's a student that I control because it's me. So we're going to go ahead and do it one of a couple of ways. If we wanted to just work off of the icebreaker, for instance, I could grade it there. Or if we wanted to look at the whole student, I could grade it down here. I'm going to just take it this way, and we're going to take a look at what we have here. Now, what I'm really interested in are these feedback boxes. This is for final grade, so let's take it down to, okay, let's take a look at our icebreaker. If I were to enter a grade here, I could then open up the comments area, and it's in this place where I have the full text editor and I can write anything I want to the student, including embedding rich media. It's there. If I want to do a video note or embed a code, I can do all of those things right here inside the gradebook, so that when that is opened, they're getting personal feedback. Audio comments, video comments, written comments, they're all appropriate. And it's a way for you to establish your presence beyond what you're posting in a discussion forum. Now, if you put it in this lower section, the private comments area, it's visible to all of us who have grading access to the system, but it's not visible to the student until you place it into the feedback area and save it. Why would you want to do this? This is a good place to keep your running notes. This is a good place to keep a rough draft. It depends on your process. You might be keeping notes in a text editor or word processor. Paste them in over here and sort of format them. Make sure you got them right, like them. Save them a couple of times so you don't get burned like we all do with burning and losing a post. And then when you're finally ready, you can copy it, paste it up there. Okay? You might keep notes on your attempts to contact the student, send email to them if you're having difficulty with that particular person or they're excelling. You can keep notes there that are private between you and the system and other instructors, but help you give effective feedback. What else could you put in here? You could be clipping quotations from their posts and dropping them in there so that you can add those quotations to a final piece of feedback. The point is, and you may not have access to this in your internship, it really depends on the particular relationship you work out with your cooperating teacher and the deals you make as to what kind of evaluation you're going to be doing. The reason I point this out is that this is pretty much the standard at UW-Stout, is that the comments go into the gradebook, and they're extremely useful when you need to go back and refresh your mind on how a student has been learning in the class. As the program administrator or program advisor for the e-learning certificate, I have a chance to go back and look at the comments made on all of your records, basically, so that I can get a sense of the feedback you've gotten, the issues you might have had, all of those things. Important information for any of us that are trying to do our best to help you learn these skills. So I wanted to introduce this to you because it's so important to our program, and I'm frankly surprised that it's not featured in any of these videos that I've been digging up from the internet, because to me, this is the heartbeat of any CMS, is the evaluation loop, and I love those evaluation loops that allow you to comment inside the gradebook, because I'm convinced that 9 out of 10 students are going to go take a look at their grades. Now, some won't, and if they don't look at their grades, they're not going to see your comments, but then you teach that earlier on in the class. So hopefully this insight will root home, and perhaps you'll get a chance to create some evaluation comments and post them in this area. It's up to the relationship you build with your mentor teacher. Thanks for giving me your time for this interesting, I hope, video. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to illustrate how you might respond to a student. So I'm writing quick feedback on an icebreaker, something I typically don't do. Icebreakers sort of speak for themselves, but I want to demonstrate it. And personalizing it, flash from the past, is part of what that post was about. And acknowledging to the student that they have been heard. Now, typically in an icebreaker, I'd be in there and I'd respond to them directly within the post, so you don't need to put a comment into the comment area, but it's, again, just an illustration. So let's take a look at what this would look like from the student view. Okay, now I have logged back in under IE, under the Dennis O'Connor student account, and we're taking a look at the grades as they would be presented to the student. And you can see that we have the grade item, we have the points, and we have feedback. If we had set the grade scale up so it would indicate a grade, we could put it in there. But basically, when a student clicks on their grades, this is the kind of information they get. And so it's a one-stop shop for feedback and personal communication. Use this in your course designs to connect with your students. It's a very powerful way to close that loop and make your presence known. And does, to a certain degree, alleviate your need to be highly present in the forums after you've gotten your class up and kindled and talking with each other. You can step back a little bit more, but they know you're there if you're responding with evocative, on-point, interesting feedback that demonstrates to the student that you're listening to them and you understand what they are telling you. So, tips from Dennis O'Connor. I hope they're helpful.